Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you like the content, hit the subscribe button, leave a like down below. If you didn't watch my last video, we're doing a giveaway for the first time on the channel's history, so make sure you go check that out to see how you can win one of 3 copies of WWE 2K25. Now, on to the video. So over on IGN, they showed off about 20 minutes of the MyRise mode, and there's a lot of good and a lot of bad. One of the things in the video was the developers of the mode, the writers, if you will, that basically direct the mode and how the story is going to play and everything. They were kind of doing commentary over it. So I'm not going to listen to that. I'm going to do my own commentary and point out the things that I noticed that I liked and the things that I'm kind of bummed about. Anyway, so let's watch this real quick. We're going to use DaVinci Resolve once again. And we're just going to watch it. I'm going to keep it muted. Here we go. All right, so it starts off with Triple H, and I shortened the video here, so it's not the full 20 minutes. It starts off with Triple H addressing the WWE Universe, basically on the Netflix Raw version, which is cool, so they must have known about it pretty soon. Right off the bat, you pick which character you want to be, man or woman, and then it goes on from there. So women's division, men's division, and he has some nice things to say about you. He's like, oh yeah, and then you pick your background. You're one of the top stars on Raw, one of the biggest names from SmackDown, the top star of another promotion like AEW, TNA, or a decorated MMA champion. So that's really cool. So you have all these backgrounds you can choose from, and the dialogue will change accordingly. I think another game that did this was I want to say Mass Effect, because based off of what you picked as your background is how the characters would react to you, or at least the dialogue anyway. Nothing like really crazy. All right, and then you skip forward here a little bit, and as you saw, the Create a Wrestler, it shows it extremely fast. So give me 1 second. All right, so we're gonna look at the Create a Wrestler real quick. I'm gonna make myself disappear so you can see all the things that have me worried here. All right, so we're gonna go in slow motion because it goes by really, really fast. All right, so you pick your name, obviously, and all that kind of stuff. You got your face, body, attire, personal information, weight class, fighting style, statistics. And then you go forward a little bit here. Body type and weight class, skin color, veins, and everything. So just like the last game. And there's one thing here that I want to point out. Let's skip ahead here just a little bit. You got your face templates. You got your ring attire, entrance attire, ring attire, entrance attire once again. So you got your different attires. They've got a lot of new hairstyles, it looks like. So that's really good. I mean, look, although I think if you lock out hairstyles or creation parts that were in the last game and you lock those out, I feel like that's stupid. I feel like only new parts should be locked, because then it puts a focus on what's new rather than, wait, is that new? Is that old? Because sometimes there's so many parts you can't remember what's new and old. I know some of you have a photographic memory, but I do not. All right, I'm going to skip ahead here a little bit more. A lot of new parts, a lot of new hairstyles. That's really good because some of the old hairstyles look like, you know, plastic or clay. So then there's those. And there's one thing here I really want to get to once they get to it, because like I said, it goes so fast. Is that the body? Here's the different body types. Medium. It looks like it's about the same amount. Got your weight, height, zoom in, weight, all that kind of stuff, just like everything else. Look at some of the attires locked out. Now this, right, where was it? Yeah, trying to stop it on it. There we go. These are now layers. So does that mean you could have multiple different underwears on to make like a unique look? Multiple different tights, multiple different bottoms. That would probably make them clip. Like, is there a way to make it to where your wrestling tights are over your bottoms? Maybe that's the thing. And if you look over here, it has a layer limit, an image limit, and a parts limit. So the image and layer limit, I want to say, is new. I didn't really pay attention that much in the last game. But the layer limit is something that has, I'm guessing, returned from the old games, because that helped with online lag. Like if you put a limit on stuff, that's what the threshold is for online. So I don't know if this is going to be like hampering some of you guys' creations, but I think I'll be fine because images are separated. In the old games, it was all one set of layers, which would really hamper some of the creativity. And in fact, I think on the PSP, it was all the way down to 16 layers, if I'm not mistaken. And so, yeah, I couldn't make Strizer because I get about half his mask done, and he'd be in his underwear. And then I'd run out of space. I'm like, well, I guess I just can't have my mask, or the whole point of it. So that was a bummer. So, and I don't know, since this is the MyRise mode, I don't know if the online island mode will be less than this to help combat lag. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. I'm wondering if that's one of the reasons why they zipped through this so fast. So there's a lot of new shoes, a lot of new parts. It looks like they're all tied to that. So here is this. So it looks like, from just going forward here a little bit, depending on the part, you can't layer the parts. I'm guessing this is just like editing, so like logos and stuff. But that's pretty cool because now you don't have to go back into the main shirt piece and do it that way. Now it looks like it's separate, so you can just edit the images without having to go through the whole sequence once again, if you know what I'm talking about. Like in the old games, well, last year's game and the year before, I should say, if you wanted to edit a logo on the shirt, you'd have to go into the shirt, go pick the same shirt, and then go to the logo thing, and it was it's just too many steps. So maybe they streamlined this. And in the old games, the layer system, you had access to all the way at the very end of all the tabs and everything, and you could adjust things how you wanted to directly. You didn't have to go through back through the menus where it's at, find it to edit something. So hopefully they figured that out, because that would be super helpful. And then a new thing in this year that's really cool, let me pop back up here, boop, hi, is that you get to create your walking around attire, your casual attire, if you will. So in the old games, 2K24, 2K23, 2K22, 2K20, you had preset like casual wear. You didn't have cool like stuff where you could customize it, which is funny because AEW did this. Now, I know they didn't invent it, but you could do this in AEW. You can make your casual wear, like going to the gym, getting food, stuff, and then your wrestling gear, which is really cool. So I thought that was pretty fun. And then this idiot returns. Oh, this guy was annoying in the first, in 2K24. I wanted to slap him. he's working with the Miz and stuff. Oy. So there's that. And then just to showcase that intergender matches are in the story mode. Also, I mean, that's the whole point of the whole setup now, is they just showcase a match, showing the options of who you want to fight first, basically in your first training match, which is pretty cool. And then it goes on and shows Becky Lynch. We get a good look at her casual attire. I wonder if these attires and stuff will be available in exhibition mode, other modes, stuff like that. And then here is the match with Shinsuke Nakamura, just to showcase that. And the one thing up here that annoys me still is we have the missions back. So the in-match missions checklist things, just like showcase mode, is back. And in 2K24, there was a match. It's the War Games match. And I beat the match, but it said I failed because I forgot to do the stupid checklist of things. So I wasted about 30 minutes having fun playing the match and then won it, but I failed. I hate that crap. So hopefully it's not as invasive as that. And now this is really cool, is you get to pick basically your character type. So you get to be scheming and calculated like a Triple H style character, comedic and fun like R-Truth, or bold and brash, which in their words, like Stone Cold Steve Austin. So you can be a badass, be a goofy character. In the old games, they even mentioned in this developer thing, they mentioned Trey from 2K20, where he was kind of a goofball, right? So I like that you get a pick, because not everybody wants to be a goofball, and everybody wants to be a cold and calculated person, and not everybody wants to be the Stone Cold guy, although I don't know why you wouldn't want to be, because Stone Cold was awesome. So that's a really cool thing. And then we'll skip ahead here, because this goes on for quite a while. And based on what you pick, is, like I said, how the characters and stuff talk to you. And then they have a draft, which is pretty cool. And you get attacked and everything, as usual. And then CM Punk, which is really funny to me, that CM Punk is your mentor in this mode. Like what was, I forget the character's name in 2K24. That was kind of like your buddy and your mentor, and he helped you out a lot. Or maybe that was 23. Yeah, I think it was 23. Anyway, it's just funny seeing him as the mentor role when he was trying to do that in AEW, but clearly they didn't want him to be that person. So I just think it's funny that he's in this game when there's so many missed opportunities that AEW could have done, and literally that whole situation is what pretty much is going to tank the company. Like, unless they can turn it around, I don't know, man. I don't know. Hopefully they can turn it around, because they got some really good stars over there. It's just the overall consensus is it's not good. So I'll come back if they start actually, you know, getting some really good storylines and stuff. Although they do have some, just not a crap ton. Anyway, I'll stop talking about AEW now. So anyway, this looks really cool. I think there's a couple more things in here. We get a first look at a original created wrestler that they face. So what's cool about that is that they're going to have random created wrestlers in MyRise. So you're not always facing real wrestlers. So most of these will probably be jobbers and stuff, but I think that's cool. So a lot of these are probably going to be the ones they made for my faction are now in MyRise. I just think that's cool. And the last thing for this video that I wanted to show was something that's really exciting to me, because I make my main two wrestlers in every single game ever since I first played a wrestling game, and I make them in every game that has a character creator. That's my Clint Streiser and my Streiser character. And what's really cool about that is in this, they actually meet and they interact, and they've had a relationship before. That is so cool to me. So your characters will meet in story mode and interact right here. I think this is awesome. And you get to make both of them according to the developers in this video. So I'm going to have both my main characters talking, dialogue, and everything. It's going to be like they're in a video game for the first time, interacting ever with dialogue. That is so cool to me. That gets me excited about this mode. I don't know how far into the mode this happens, but hopefully it happens early on and it's not just a small segment of it, because I think this is a really cool idea. Anyway, so that about sums it up for everything that I noticed in the video. If I missed something, sound off the comments below. Thank you for watching, and stay frosty.